Hello.
Yep. If you really, John.
I am a John. We'll see that. Cell phone charge back if you need one.
Oh, appreciate it. Thank you.
How was the Heart of Chicago Hotel?
Oh, it's a gem. It's
Is it?
I don't know. It's try to find a hotel around Wrigley for less than $500 a night.
Oh, yeah. Okay, yeah. Well, that's what the Heart of Chicago is for. I've seen it. I looked around the corner.
It's actually, I mean, it's vintage, right?
Yeah,
But it's clean, you know.
Okay, that's good. Yeah,
And they don't charge by the hour, which is always a good sign, right?
You'd think by driving by they would. So yeah.
Some of the other ones up north on Lincoln.
Oh yeah. Yeah, and it is. I mean, this is Andersonville. I love this neighborhood. I live 2 blocks down. I now live like 5 blocks north. This whole area is great. It's absolute restaurant city, brunch central. Tons of just like great places to go.
Gotcha.
And stuff. And you're like
Cool.
2 blocks from the lake.
That is always nice.
Yeah. You visiting from out of town or somewhere else?
Yeah. So we're not going to the game. It's my son lives in that area, and we're going. He graduates from DePaul today.
Oh, he graduates from DePaul.
So we're heading down to Wintrust in a couple hours.
Oh, okay.
And I saw when I looked at the date 2 months ago, I'm like, I immediately looked, oh shit, Cubs game today.
And Father's Day.
And Father's Day tomorrow, yeah.
Right.
But it's a beautiful day.
Well, great job, Dad. You got a couple of graduates.
Yeah, thank you. 2.
2. Okay.
She already graduated.
Good for you. All right.
Thank you. And then I went back for some reason.
Okay. My daughter is 11. And she's like, you cannot pay me to go after. And once I'm done with the legal requirements, I'm not doing it anymore.
Yeah. It's not for everyone.
Well, she knows what she wants at least.
I said, well, she knows she wants that. That's about it. She's, you know what's really fun? She's a little bit of a nihilist. She gets that from me. Because she's like, so I tell her, I go, you know, people ask all the time. They ask kids, they're like, what do you want to do with your life? And she's like, I didn't ask to be born. Why do I have to come up with it? I didn't ask for this. So I'm like, I talked to your mom. That's I'm sorry.
Well, if you don't have a plan, then the universe will make a plan for you.
You know, and that's exactly it. That's exactly it. There's this great line that I saw that it says, you can choose what to make your life out of and what to fight for, but you have to choose.
Mm-hmm.
And that's it. And it's like, it's a thing for kids. I was like, I really want you to see this, because it's like, it doesn't matter. Like, you know, she's my kid. She can pick whatever she wants, but it's like, at the end of the day, it's like, you have to make the choice. I can only
it's up to you.
So much. Yeah.
Yep.
There's a certain point when you gotta fly on your own and do your own thing. And I'm just gonna be here to watch this, essentially. Which is how my parenting style in the first place is. Like, good luck, see you around.
There you go.
But that's what I learned, and I'd love to hear your advice or your feedback on it. But you know, I remember, because I have a house I'm trying to like keep maintained, and I figured, by cleaning the kitchen a couple of minutes every day, the kitchen is going to stay clean. And I just realized this. I turned 39 last week, so right around 38, I was like, if I just clean my kitchen 10 minutes every day, it'll stay clean. Why didn't anybody tell me this? And then I flashed back to the million times my mom told me. Just clean it in 5 minutes. And that's when I had the realization, it does not matter what you say. It's going to go in one, out the other. They're going to learn their own lesson at their own rate.
But they'll listen to other people.
Right, and that's funny, especially at their age. If they're age, right? If it's
I didn't have that problem with my lovely daughter here, but with a boy, it's a different story. We can tell him till we're blue in the face, but if someone else tells him, then he'll listen.
Usually his girlfriend.
Yeah. Well, she directs, and he follows step.
They help, and don't get me wrong, that does help.
And she's a great influence on him, so that's good.
That's an important,
right?
That's an important part when they're not the great influence. Then you got to worry about the influence. And I think you might have a good point then, because I'm very much the boy, and that's how that. Like, I'm that. Like, my whole family's in California. I was like, I'm doing my own thing. I'll see you later.
Are you from California?
Born and raised, yeah. Born and raised.
Okay.
Yeah, so I've been out there, and then now I'm out here freezing my butt off even in summertime.
I question that. Yeah. I love the city, though.
I do. I love Chicago. I tell my daughter all the time, I go, listen, if you put Chicago in Los Angeles, I would never want to leave, but it's way too far. Yeah.
Yeah.
Where are you visiting from?
I'm my wife and I still live in Lake Villa, which if you're driving to Milwaukee, you get to Gurnee, 7 miles west of there.
Yeah, very familiar. Everybody lives in Grays Lake.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
Right there.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah, my wife teaches in Grays Lake. So.
Oh, nice. Okay. Yeah, it's a great neighborhood, great town.
And she's visiting from Champaign.
Ah, okay.
Yeah.
Well, that's cool. So you two met here in the Bay.
Yep.
All right. Did you go out to school in Champaign?
I'm getting my master's down at U of I.
Okay.
Yeah.
What do you study?
Civil engineering with a concentration in water resources.
Oh, that's super cool.
She's gonna
Yeah.
save us.
Yeah.
I'll try.
Yeah, we absolutely need it. Civil engineering with that specific focus.
Right?
is
Yeah.
Water.
super important.
Yep.
It's
Yeah.
definitely going to be an important field in the coming years.
Yeah, I'm Mexican. I'm Mexican. I go down. My wife is in Mexico, living there now, and it's the water conservation is
Yeah.
absolutely the name of the game. Mexico
Huge.
City and Jalisco, it's
Yeah.
big over there. And it's what we need to do. Like, 'cause
Right.
what are we, like less than 1% of drinkable water on planet Earth? Like of all the water we have,
Is like surface fresh water or just fresh water? Yeah.
Yeah.
right?
Well-
But then we've got all the rocks with all the stuff that can make hydrogen, and we just like hyper.
Yeah.
I learned about that recently, which is so cool. Like all of our water came from meteors.
Yeah.
That's so awesome.
Yeah. And then
Space is so cool.
yeah, every once in a while there'll be a new meteor, and then scientists find like a little bit of water on it. So
A tiny little drop.
yeah,
Right?
slowly but surely.
Slowly but surely. Yeah, but then I learned that it was like it's the material making hydrogen, like all the rocks below I think it's above the mantle, like those can be hyperheated, and then they melt, they create steam, and that releases hydrogen, and then it cools down and becomes the
Yeah.
liquid water.
Yeah. There's a lot of crazy science.
Science is so cool.
That's what I see, 'cause it's like, if you actually expand the whole understanding of our universe into the range of like billions of years, like all this stuff develops in that way. I'm a giant nerd for all that stuff.
That's-
so,
It's cool stuff.
Yeah.
yeah.
Yeah, I'm thankful for the scientists like this kiddo. Yeah.
Right?
I'm not optimistic about humanity, but I am when I have a little faith that the kids of today will save us somehow.
We're trying.
Yeah. Well, I'll tell you.
Because my generation sure as fuck didn't.
Wow. I didn't want to say.
That's all right, man.
But
I'm a realist.
And we can at least take solace in an observable fact, which is that all of human history has trended and continues to trend towards that social betterment. It
I
always
hope
has.
it continues.
And it will.
Yeah.
It's actually inevitable.
You got to fight for it, though.
Yeah, absolutely, and that's exactly right. And that's what people will do, because at the end of the day, you're going to see whatever the future generation is. They're going to go, hey, we need our fair shake. We need our ability to do that. And that power and control and all of that gets grasped at a certain point in time and gets propagated. And that's just what occurs. We've always tended towards, roads,
You had to
and streets, and society getting together. And it's just how we work as a species. We've always tended towards it. Right now, we're in this tiny little window of exactly that, where certain generations say, we don't want anything to change. Well, that's literally never happened.
Well, it's also the people that have the power, not really interested in giving it up.
Right? Exactly. Right? But it's like, no one lives forever.
Uh-huh.
Right? Time moves on. It's just gonna happen no matter what. So it is that issue. And then, you get theocrats that operate like this is a theology and this is what we're supposed to do. And you have all this conflict that comes from that.
Uh-huh.
It's like, that's not, we don't have that viewpoint, because we need the 3 billion year viewpoint, not the 5,000 year viewpoint.
Yeah. Or the 5-year viewpoint.
Right, exactly. But we'll get there, and like I said, I do have faith in the future generations.
Right?
I do,
Yeah.
For every one of her, we're gonna have one of my kids, and we'll balance it out.
Your kid probably will surprise you.
I honestly, I do see, because here's the cool thing. I tell everyone that will listen. She told me, she said, I don't know what I want to do with my life. She said, but whatever it is, I want kids in school to have to learn about me.
Oh, there you
That's
go.
cool, yeah.
That's a cool perspective to have.
Yeah.
And that's shooting high.
Exactly. Yeah, I'm just like, oh, dang kid. All right. So she's right. She wants to do something with it, and that's what was really interesting. Because we have the James Webb Telescope that just went to space,
Yep.
right? And so I had the. Do you know how many galaxies we've observed now because of the James Webb Telescope?
I don't know the number, but it's just the
242 trillion. Okay.
Yeah.
And each one of those is full of like hundreds of billions, if not a
Right,
billion
stars.
Right.
Uh-huh.
So all these planets. So I told her, I was like, kiddo, like we in space are just a grain of sand on a beach. That's a grain of sand on a beach. That's a grain of sand on a beach. It's a grain of sand on a beach. We're nothing. And she's like, oh. She's like, so it's not that hard to get two pieces of sand together to do something with.
Uh-huh.
This kid wants to be president of the world or something. It's so interesting. So we'll see what it becomes. We'll see.
Yeah. Cool philosophy.
Right?
Yeah.
So who knows? I don't know.
Yep.
I don't know. Me, I made it a point to make sure to waste all my potential. So we'll see. We'll see if she does this.
Hey, your life's not written yet.
It's not. You know, honestly, I really love what I do. When I'm not doing this, I'm a cloud infrastructure engineer. I taught myself everything.
Shut the front door.
Right?
Okay.
But I'm also a comedian.
Okay.
Cool.
So it's whatever pans out, or I'll start a religion. We'll see.
Okay.
Just for fun?
Yeah, one of the others. We'll see. I got options.
Yeah.
So you do like Azure or GCP or
I do.
AWS?
You know the acronyms, so I'm certified for all three.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
Well, I work at DePaul
Okay. Oh, nice.
in central IT.
Oh,
So
okay.
in infrastructure.
Okay. Yeah. Northwestern was trying to recruit me actually.
Oh,
Which I was like,
nice.
okay, maybe, but colleges want you to go to the office. I've been remote since 2017.
We've been remote since pandemic. I've been in the office 3 times
Oh, nice.
since 2020.
Oh, that's amazing. I
Yeah.
might have to submit an application.
Check the website, man. We're always looking for good
That's
talent.
Great. Well, that's awesome. Yeah. So I've been working with Azure since before it was available to the public.
Okay.
Yeah. So in
That's
2012,
we're a Microsoft shop.
Oh, that's great. Yeah,
So.
which makes a lot of sense. I've done government work, all that stuff too. So yeah, I really like it. Obviously, GCP, AWS certified as well, but Azure's been, I would say, about 70%.
You work for a company or you
at the
consulting?
Moment, no, I do. I will work for companies, and then I'll also do contracts as well.
Okay.
So it just depends. I had a contract end in April, and then I just took like 2 months off to get married. I had my birthday last week, so I was like,
Congratulations.
Thanks.
Yeah.
So and then now I'm like, oh, I guess I'll just get back on the job. But it's like, it's tech. I heavily invested in crypto, so I'm not hurting for money. I'm, like,
Okay.
I'm okay now. I'm fine. So I'll just take it easy, enjoy the summer while I can.
Yeah. What I miss about the city.
Oh yeah,
Summers.
yeah. Because Chicago comes to life from Labor Day to Memorial Day,
Right.
Or vice versa, right? And it's the whole city. That's why I can't wait. It's honestly why I love doing this.
Oh my God, I don't know how you can do this,
Oh.
especially in the summer. I don't have the patience
I get
or
it.
tolerance.
I do. I honestly, and this is just my makeup, I grew up fixing up old muscle cars with my dad. So, like, if I'm in a working vehicle, it's a good day I did something right. So I love it. And then when I lived in LA, I was an on-site technician, so it's like 3 hours each way in traffic of just, like, stop and go. And I loved it. I just put on a podcast, put on music, and just, like, enjoyed the weather. So I have no problem being in a car. And so it doesn't feel like anything to me. And then again, I'm a comedian. Every now and then I'll test some jokes, get some laughs, and just have a conversation with people. I really enjoy it.
Just open mic type stuff, or do you
Currently open
get
mic type
gigs?
stuff.
Okay.
Yeah, that's exactly right. Yeah, I took, again, I have a daughter, so I took all of the pandemic off because I didn't want to get COVID. She had a little heart murmur. I was kind of at risk, but she gave me COVID 4 times during that period. So I'm just like, I'm just going to get back at it. But yeah, right now open mics and just kind of working my way up from there.
Well, good luck.
I definitely need it. Thank you.
You're welcome. My old roommate, she wasn't a comedian, but she was a comedy writer.
Ooh, cool. Okay.
Yeah.
What's Hannah doing?
She moved out to LA.
Did she really?
She
She's
did,
taking her swing, huh?
Yeah, she is.
God bless her. I hope.
Yeah. I know. I hope everything works out.
I hope it was after the writer's strike was resolved.
It was.
Okay, good.
Yeah.
Well, you can tell your friend Hannah that your Uber driver has a 323 cell phone number and you will never give it up. You can't even get those in LA anymore. Yeah.
I will. I'll let her know.
Because I lived in LA for all my 20s.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, I love it. And that's like, once my kid's 18, I'm moving back.
So you grew up in CA, where?
I grew up in wine country.
Oh, really?
Santa Rosa, Sonoma County area.
Okay, so Napa area?
Um,
Because Temecula is also wine country.
You're right. There's so many coming up in California now. You're absolutely right. Yeah, so I grew up in Sonoma County. So,
Oh, okay.
Right, there's Napa County and Sonoma County. They're right next to each other. And so I was in the Sonoma County wine country.
Okay.
And then, lived in the San Francisco Bay Area. And then I moved to Hollywood.
Okay.
And then now I'm here for a little while.
So that area can trend from, very rural to small town to suburbia type stuff.
Yes.
Which one was yours?
I always tell people it's a cow town as far as I'm concerned.
Okay.
More cows than people. But Santa Rosa has a population of like 400,000.
Wow.
So, right, it's big, but I've always been a city boy. Like, I need 1 million people around me
Uh-huh.
or I start to have anxiety. So, yeah, I need cities. Like, Chicago's 3 million, right? LA's 10 million. Like, that's where I like. San Francisco, 1.6. So yeah,
That's your jam.
That's
Gotcha.
my jam. A million at least. That's when I feel like I have opportunities for tech stuff. I have a lot of people. You have more bustling the comedy community. So like that's all that works in that way. Just need some civil engineers to make sure we got water. And then
Yep.
Probably a lot of desal plants.
Eventually, yeah.
Do we have desalination figured out for water now? Like, is it something we're capable of doing?
You can. It's
We
just
can
the power. I'm sorry.
You're good.
Power?
You can definitely do it. It's honestly not so much the power as it is the cost.
Mm-hmm.
Like, you have to build all that infrastructure, so
Yeah.
you need to fund it,
Okay.
and people don't want to pay, which is understandable.
Well,
but also,
it's
you need water.
Yeah.
It's doable.
Yeah.
So,
That's good. Okay.
when we went to Aruba last
Yeah.
year, that's like 98% of the water
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
in Aruba. Yeah. And so when Mom and I were in Key West 2 weeks ago, whatever, the state park, which is the former fort, initially they had one of the first desalination plants in the Western Hemisphere.
Cool.
Wow.
That was in the early 1800s.
Wow.
Huh.
Mm-hmm.
Wow.
Interesting.
I had no idea we were actually figured that out, but that's
Yeah.
amazing. So that we just, like you said, have to create the infrastructure for that.
Yeah. There's also people who really just don't like the idea of drinking ocean water. So my professor talked about how they had built a desal plant in Florida, and before they turned it on, they got calls saying my water's too salty.
Before they even turned it on?
Yeah, before they started piping water from the desal plant.
It is Florida.
Yeah. It's Florida, so.
Yeah.
Oh, gosh, that's hilarious.
Yeah.
My water's too salty.
Yeah. Your water's fine.
Your water's
Yeah.
fine,
But yeah, no, we can do it. It's just
Cost
Yeah.
prohibitive at this point.
Okay.
but there's a couple different ways to do it. There's like reverse osmosis and I can't remember.
Just boil it,
Yeah.
right? Like a big still.
Yeah. I just can't remember the fancy terms
Sure.
or names. But
Yeah, if you break down the hydrogen to a molecular level, it's going to evaporate up, and you can capture that as long as you've got it separate from
yeah,
From the
so-
salt.
Yeah.
And everything else.
and everything else.
Yeah. Is this correct? Is it Irving Park right here on Racine and Patterson? Is that where it wants you to go, or do you?
You're gonna probably take a right on Clark, I would say.
You dropped you up here. That was Clark.
No, it's a.
We can
Oh.
get off there, yeah.
Do you want to, or if you know where, I can always take. Cause it's tricky with this. They start shutting down the roads and stuff.
Yeah.
So.
Oh, we were on Clark.
Yeah, but that was Clark. Do you want us to go back? I can backtrack us to Clark.
If you just if we go into Irving, that's like a
We're on
10-minute
This is
or Sheridan. That's a 10-minute walk. Is that okay?
That's fine with me.
Yeah.
Yeah, we
that's
can
fine.
walk.
Yeah.
All right. Well,
We can take a right here. Walk
No,
right.
that's a one-way.
one way.
Oh, we can
let's
walk,
get
though.
up here,
Oh,
then.
yeah.
Yeah. So I'll
Yeah,
go
one
over.
right here. It's
Yeah.
faster, right?
Right here's good. Thank you.
Cool.
You're very welcome. You two. It was great chatting. Hope you have a
Yeah, you too. Thank you, John.
Good luck with everything.
Yep.
good day.